How do they come in?
The door.
So they actually open the door, they don't walk through it?
They opened it.
So they open the door, and what do they look like?
Gray. Big heads and big eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They're small.
They're small. Mm-hmm. And how many do you see?
3.
And are you able to connect with them mentally?
Yeah, they're holding my hand and taking me to another room.
And do they levitate you, or are you walking? How do you get to the other room?
They're walking.
And where is this other room?
Right next door on the ship.
Okay. So right now you are already on the ship?
Mm-hmm.
So are you on the ship as soon as you get out of your bed from your home? How
Yeah.
did you get to the ship?
They took me with light.
So when they appeared to you in your bedroom, there was a light that was shown,
Yeah.
and like it lifted you up, or
Yeah.
okay. And so are you aware that this is happening to you while it's happening?
Yeah.
And how does that feel?
Feels fine. Like I know them.
Okay, so you're not worried or scared.
No.
Okay. And so as this light is bringing you into the spaceship, where is it? Where do you end up?
In that room. And then they come to get me.
Okay, and when you get to that room, that first room, are you standing or are you laying on that table?
I'm sitting.
You're
And they come
sitting.
in through the door. And one takes my hand. And we walk into the next room.
And what are you sitting on?
Just a metal floor.
Metal
And
floor. Okay.
an empty room. Empty metal room.
Okay. And
Maybe
there's no one
like,
else with you, right, in that room?
no, it's like the room, like the receiving room.
Okay.
And they take someone up there. That's where they end up.
Okay. And
Nothing.
so, yeah, go ahead.
There's nothing in it. It's just a metal room.
Okay. So they come and get you and they guide you by the hand.
Mm-hmm.
And where do they take you?
To a room with a metal table, and the walls are all bright lights.
So you can't really see what's there.
No, it's very bright.
So as you look at your body, do you still have regular human clothes, or are you naked, or are you wearing anything?
I'm just wearing a t-shirt, like a shirt, like a big shirt, like a nightgown. But I don't have a nightgown.
Okay.
It looks like a white gown.
Okay. And how do you know what they're doing to you? In other words, I know you said you feel comfortable, so is there an inner knowing, or are they communicating with you telepathically?
They're telling me not to worry, and it feels like I know them and I can trust them.
Okay. And they're telling you not to learn?
Not to worry.
Not to worry. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so then they place you, or you climb onto the table and lay down. And what happens next?
They're looking at my scars and talking to each other.
Which scars are they looking at? In your abdomen?
Yes,
Okay. So are those internal scars, or there are scars on your body, outside of your body?
outside of my body.
Okay.
They're pretty big.
And what are they saying?
I can't understand them. They're
Mm.
talking to each other, but I can't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't seem mad or anything. They're just talking.
Okay, so what happens next?
Just laying there for a while. And they're talking. And they're telling me not to worry.
And when they tell you not to worry, they do it telepathically?
Yes,
Okay. So are you able to connect with all of them, or just one of them?
just the one in the middle.
Okay. So I want you to connect with him or her
Hmm.
telepathically and ask, why are they bringing you up there? What was the reason for them to bring you up there in this case?
They say I'm different.
Mm-hmm. And
To
what is it?
study.
Uh-huh.
To study me.
To study you. Okay. So are you, how do they keep track of you? How do they know that you're there or where you are to take you?
So I talk to them.
You talk to them.
Hmm.
Okay. And does that mean that you summon them? In other words, like you tell them to come to you?
No, they just know it's okay.
Okay. Okay. So they don't have a tracking device on you then. Can you ask them if they have a tracking device on you?
No, they don't.
Okay. All right.
They just know where I am.
And so ask them what are they studying on you this time that they took you?
My insides.
Your insides?
Hmm.
Okay. And what is it that they want to know about your insides?
What's wrong with them?
So do they know that there is something wrong with you?
Yes.
Okay. Ask them if they are just wanting to observe or if they want to actually help you.
They're just observing.
What did they say?
They're just observing.
Observing. Can you ask them if they are able to heal you?
No,
Okay. Ask them why.
it's part of my process that I go through it.
So it's part of your life contract?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, what happens while they're looking at you? Does anything else happen?
No, they're just looking and talking to each other, but I can't understand them.
Okay. I'm wondering how you can tell that they're talking to each other.
It sounds weird.
So they're actually making verbal sounds, or it's
Yeah,
just they are making verbal sounds?
yeah, but it doesn't sound like words or language. It sounds like beeping and clicking and gurgling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And while you're there, do you see any color, or everything is gray and silver and light?
Everything's silver and bright light, no colors.
Okay. So what happens after they look at your scars?
They're just bringing me back to the room and putting me back in bed.
Okay. And do they put you back the same way that they abducted you? They just, with the light, they just move you slowly down onto the bed?
Yeah, I go back into the metal room and I go back into the light and I get lowered back down.
Hmm. Do you ever see that they injected you with anything, or um, anything else
No,
that looks
I don't even think they touched me
okay?
besides holding my hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now that they dropped you off on your bed, um, does anything else happen after that, or they just leave?
They leave.
All right. So now I want you
I
to,
don't think I was supposed to I don't think I was supposed to remember.
right. And are they gone? They're already
Yeah,
gone?
they're
Okay.
gone.
Well, we can ask them the next time.
Hmm.
Okay, so now we're going to drift. We're going to slowly drift and float away. Drifting and floating. Drifting and floating. Floating and drifting to another time, to another place. And we're going to move on to the next time. The next time you had an experience. And we're going to be there when I get to 1, counting back from 5. Moving to the next experience. 4. Looking for the next encounter with the short grays in 3. Almost there in 2. And 1. Be there now. What's happening?
It's dark and I'm in my room.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were trying to take me, but I woke up.
Mm.
They seem surprised.
So what happens then? What do they do?
They're watching me. I go into the bathroom, trying to wake myself up. They don't know what to do because I'm scared. I feel sorry. I wasn't supposed to wake up.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to talk to them telepathically?
I can try. They
Mm.
seem they seem anxious.
Well, let's see if we get any answer back. Ask them what went wrong. Ask them why you woke up when you weren't supposed to.
So this doesn't happen often. It's not supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm. And how do they initially set the spell? I don't want to call it a spell, but how do they initially cast the energy so that you don't remember? Is it some type of energy that they send, or is it something else?
It's energy, but I have to be asleep. I have to be asleep for them to take you.
Do they have a way to know if you're asleep?
Yes,
Okay.
they didn't expect me. I wasn't supposed to wake up. They don't know what to do now.
Okay. So what happens next?
Trying to put me back to sleep, but they haven't seen this happen before. This specific thing happen before,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't know what to do
Okay.
because I'm very scared and they're very worried.
Okay. So what happens next?
They wait there until I go to sleep.
Okay. So let's move forward in time to when you're asleep again. What happens next?
Now they take me, now that I'm asleep.
Mm-hmm. Do they take you the same way they took you the first time?
No, now I'm just there.
So you're just there. And are you in the same place that you were before? Where
No,
the table?
no,
So what does it look like now where you are?
it's a white room, but it's not a ship. It's a white room with a big window.
So where are you if you're not on the ship?
On a planet, one of theirs.
Can you ask them the name of the planet?
can't understand. Starts with a Z.
Okay, maybe they can spell it for you.
CEG.
CEG.
That's all I see.
Okay. And why are they taking you to the planet instead of the ship?
I feel bad for putting me through that. For putting me through so much.
Mm-hmm.
And they're showing me. They want me to learn
What do they want you to learn?
about the different species.
Mm-hmm. And this planet that you're on, are you able to see any of it from where you are?
Yeah, from the window.
From the window? And what does it look like?
A city made of rock.
Does the rock have a color? Is it regular gray or is it different?
It's like a red clay colored rock. Like a desert rock.
Okay. Are there buildings there?
Yes.
Are they big or are they just, what size buildings are they?
Different sizes, but we are in the tallest one, looking down.
And when we say tall, are we talking like in New York with skyscrapers or we're talking like just medium size, like,
Like skyscrapers.
okay. Are you able to see the other beings in that planet?
Yes.
What do they look like?
One of them's yellow and tall and shiny, like a metal, like a yellow metal,
Yellow metal.
really skinny.
Are they wearing anything? Any clothing or any?
Not that one. Not that.
Not that one.
The gray that I'm with is wearing a cloak.
A cloak?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and as you look through the window, what else do you see that calls your attention?
There's just a lot going on. It's like New York City with all the people walking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
except it's all different. It's different.
Different beings.
Yes.
Can you ask them if this is their planet?
They say it's a hub.
It's a hub. Okay. And is it in our same galaxy as Earth is?
Yes.
Okay. And ask them why they're showing this to you.
because I've been questioning. And I remember things and they want to give me answers.
Ah, okay. Ask them if you're related to them.
I say a little bit.
How so?
From a long time ago.
Was that
From a long time ago.
from a long time ago? Okay. And what is the connection? Were you also a gray alien or
No, something different. It's
some?
similar.
Okay. Can you ask them to show you what you looked like?
It looks like a gray frog with scales.
A gray fog with scales.
Frog.
Frog.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a frog person,
Oh, okay.
but
And
gray.
okay. And um were you on planet Earth as that, or were you some other planet?
Somewhere else.
Okay. And can you ask them, why do they take you? Why is it that they keep abducting you?
They say they abduct a lot of people and they're not supposed to remember, but I
Yes.
remember.
Yep. A lot of people remember. So why is it that they keep abducting you? What is the reason for it?
Same reason they abduct everyone else, just to study.
For observation. Okay. Um, so is from a specific planet, her origins? Is it from planet Zeg or is it a different planet?
Different planet.
Okay. What is the planet she's from?
Saturn.
She's from Saturn.
Yes.
Okay. And so is when she's in Saturn in her home planet, does she look like that frog being or does she look different?
She looks like that.
Okay.
But they live underground.
Okay. Can you show her where she lives?
Yes.
What does it look like?
Cold and underground and dark. An underground civilization.
Mm-hmm. And do everybody else looks like her or
Yes.
okay. And why is it that she needs to be observed? Is it because you're not sure how she's going to be doing as a human, or is it because she has a different makeup? Is she made up differently? What's the main reason that she needs observation?
Yes. She's different. And she knows that she's different.
Mm-hmm. So is this why she's having issues with her intestinal area? Is it because of that? Because she's different?
We don't know for sure. That's why we watch
So when you observe, where does this information go to? Who are you observing for?
all the different species are in contact.
Okay. So do you observe for other species as well then? And
Yes,
okay.
we
So
are we are her protectors.
okay, so you're a protector.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. So do you protect other type of beings as well?
I am assigned to her,
Okay.
her only.
Okay. And who assigned you to her?
It's a committee.
So it's done via committee.
Yes.
What does that committee have a name?
No,
Where does that committee meet? Do they meet?
at the at the hub that we showed her.
Okay. And is it an in-person meeting or is it done?
Yes.
Okay, it's in person. Okay. So it sounds like different ET races get together and ask you to be the sort of guardians to those that are in human form.
Yes.
And why is it that she's here as a human right now?
She has a lot to teach other humans.
Okay. And she actually wanted to know what is her life purpose. So can you tell her what it is that she is supposed to be teaching others?
Empathy.
Empathy. Okay. And is that why her vibration is so high?
Yes.
Okay. And she wanted to know if the arts have something to do with her life purpose, as she's very creative.
Yes. That's
So
how
how
she
can,
get her messages.
okay. So how can she use the arts to live that life purpose of empathy?
Just keep going down the same path. She'll get there.
Okay.
She's going the right way.
So she had an experience where was, her jaw was taken, her jaw was hurting really badly the morning after she was taken during the night. Why did that happen?
Happens sometimes.
But where is that coming from? Is it the energy or is it
Yes.
something else?
It's the energy.
So, what can she do, or how can we ensure that her body doesn't get hurt in the transfer of the abduction?
We're more careful now. She knows that.
Okay,
That was the first time.
okay. And so the issue that she's having with her intestines, Is that because because she is an alien in human form?
Yes, it's an issue with genetics. That's why we watch it, and that's why we can't fix it.
So what's the point of watching if you can't fix it? I
We'd like
mean,
to know how to fix it.
okay. So are you not able to get help from other ETs that heal, that could help her heal?
We can, but it's part of her path here.
Of her contract. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We don't want this to happen to future hybrids, which is why we watch.
Okay, so she is a hybrid.
Yes,
Okay. So when we say she's a hybrid, um, does that mean that she's half human and like half ET, or does it mean more like um, that she's an ET in a human body? Does that make sense?
she's a descendant.
Okay. So a descendant of who or what?
Species from Saturn.
Okay, so she's a descendant from species from Saturn. Okay. Um, all right, and you said that you have not put any implants on her, correct?
No, we don't need them. Since she's a hybrid, we know where she is. We need implants for humans only.
Ah, okay. She was wondering why she wakes up with bruises and scratches.
It's just from her experiences. Sometimes we
So,
take her for a long time. Sometimes we'll take her for a whole night. And it's just normal bumps and scratches, the same as she would have on Earth.
but it is happening because of the abduction, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's nothing that we're doing to harm her.
Has she ever gotten hurt in the transfer?
No,
Okay.
she's only woken up and got stuck.
Okay. So is that what happened when she was in her bedroom and she was awake and she saw you and her vision was impaired and she was kind of like in a floating state and
Yes,
okay.
she was stuck in between realms. She
Eh,
knows that.
Realms, or would you say realms or dimensions?
Realms.
Okay. And and so I know that you took her to Zeg, um, and you were showing her how all the different species of aliens um, live with each other. Um, and I have a question that she mentions remembering that she was asked not to talk to reptilian beings unless you are with her. Um, so why is that? Why is it that you don't want her to talk to reptilian beings?
They're deceptive. The Greys and the Reptilians.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get along.
Okay, so you guys don't get along.
No.
Okay.
And her race is amphibious,
Uh-huh.
similar to reptilians, but will they'll manipulate her. We don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Are all reptilians bad?
No, I don't think so. We just haven't gotten along for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't agree on many things.
Okay. Do we have reptilians here on Earth?
Yes,
And how come we can't see them?
they look like humans.
So are they also hybrids or they're actually shape-shifting?
No, they shapeshift. That's why they are deceptive. They're manipulative.
Are there any humans that don't know they are
No,
reptilians? No? Okay, so if
no,
they're reptilian, they know they're reptilian. It's not a surprise.
yes,
Okay.
no.
Okay. And are they breeding with humans?
I don't know. They're not supposed to be,
Okay.
but I wouldn't be surprised if they are.
Okay.
They don't listen.
Okay. And has Nicole ever ran into a reptilian on Earth?
Yes, she didn't know.
Okay. So she wasn't able to tell.
Correct.
Are the reptilians able to tell who she is?
Yes,
Hmm. Okay.
that's why we don't want her talking to them.
Okay. So are they able to tell who she is by her vibration?
Yes,
Okay. Is there anywhere specific where she should stay away from where they are, or are they all over the earth?
you never know where they're gonna be.
So they're everywhere.
Yes,
Okay. All right. Would you happen to know why they don't follow the rule of free will for humans? I don't know if that makes sense. Um,
they don't follow any rules. They don't like to follow any rules.
yeah.
Even our rules, even intergalactic rules.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're known for.
So
Rebellion.
why do they not have any consequences?
They do.
They do have consequences?
Yes, but not on Earth.
Oh, okay. So they don't have consequences for doing what they're doing on Earth.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Um, she wanted to ask about Claire, who is the spirit that died in the house she used to live in, who follows her and is in her dreams. How is Claire connected to her?
She's just a spirit that she picked up.
But it's a human spirit.
Yes.
So when When hybrids like Nicole move on or expire in the body that they're in, do they go to a different place than humans do?
Yes.
Where do they go?
She comes back to us.
Mm, mm,
And humans stay on Earth on a different plane.
okay. So does that mean then that Earth is really a bunch of human looking beings that can either be humans or hybrids?
Yes.
Okay. Um, and is Nicole here because volunteers were requested to come help, or was she here because she just wanted to see what it was like to be a human?
She wanted to go
Okay. And why did she want to come here?
to teach.
Okay. So it doesn't have to do with the current state of the earth.
No,
Okay.
we have others for that.
Okay. Is so she seems to have a lot of psychic ability. Is that because she is a hybrid?
No,
Okay.
not any, not anymore than regular humans.
So it has to do with her history then, her family genetics, human genetics?
It's just her spirit, her consciousness.
Okay. So was her father or anybody in her family like a hybrid like her?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you have any other hybrids assigned to you other than Nicole?
No, just her for now.
Okay. Have you had any others assigned to you before?
No, I'm young.
Oh, okay. How how long do you usually last? How long do small grays last?
Couple hundred years.
A couple of 100 years.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you were young. How old are you?
Less than 100.
Okay. So we know Nicole is young. That means that before Nicole, you were probably observing others. Is that a true statement?
No,
No, you were doing something different?
I was still learning
Ah,
before I was assigned.
so is Nicole your first person that you observe and that you
Yes.
protect? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I met her in a dream when she was young.
Okay. And I'm seeing something move on the screen. Is that you or someone else?
Don't know.
Okay, I see a movement of like a small little light moving around erratically. I was just wondering what that was.
Could be us. It's what we look like, we're lights.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. I see some movement around. Um, let's see. When she goes outside, she can see multiple colored lights shifting outside and moving around in a quick fashion. Is that you also, or is that her family from Saturn, or who is that?
That's us. She's always seen us.
Okay. And as a hybrid, does she have spirit guides like humans do?
No, it's us.
So you are basically who guide her.
Yes.
Okay. And as a hybrid, what is the difference between her and a human? Human.
Things make more sense to her.
Okay. And but she has feelings like everybody else. She has it's kind of all the same as a human would.
It's all the same but heightened.
Okay. So um, when I work with my clients, I usually ask them what happens after they leave their body in the past life. I ask them, okay, now that you've left that body behind, what happens to your soul? And lots of them go back to space. My question to you is, would a hybrid go elsewhere? Is there a way that I could tell that somebody is a hybrid by where they go when I tell them to leave the body behind?
If they're a hybrid, they have someone watching over them. They would go back to them and they would know it.
Okay. So they would go back to, so when you say that she goes back to you, what does that mean exactly? Does she come back to you as energy, like an energy ball that comes back to you and then you do something else?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Back into our protection.
Okay.
Her consciousness.
Okay. And then from there she can decide where else. Does she have many lives going on at one time?
No, just this one, but there have been many before.
Okay. So there really is no way that, I guess it sounds like, we cannot help her with the Crohn's or any of the large intestine or the intestinal issues. Is there anything you would like to tell her that would help her in any way for that condition?
It'll get better. Science will advance.
So I would think if she's a hybrid, grounding isn't going to really help her, right?
No,
Okay. What about connecting with Saturn and grounding with her planet?
she can try, but We've never seen this issue before.
Okay.
Not sure how to help it.
Okay. Is there anything else? Um, is there a reason she was wondering why does everything hurt when she talks about paranormal things?
It's just memories. And she recalls the memories she's lived. She's lived a lot of lifetime.
Okay. Um, can you give her an idea of the lifetimes that she's lived? You mean other than an amphibian and other than being human, she's had other lifetimes?
Just hundreds of them. She's very
Hundreds.
old.
Okay. Any that you think she should know to help her in this lifetime?
No,
Okay.
this lifetime is important.
Do hybrids have higher selves?
I don't know what you mean.
So when I imagine that we all come from source, whether you're an amphibian or a gray, we all come from source, from that main creator. Um, when the main creator, when that one soul from the main creator breaks off, that's what I call the higher self, because then that main energy then has all the different past lifetimes or beings or whatever. So to me, that's the higher self, is that closest connection to source or to our creator.
Oh, we don't have that.
You don't have that.
No, we're just close with source. We can recall everything without your higher self.
So they basically don't have a higher self. They're basically straight connected to source.
Correct.
Okay. Is there anything you think she should know um, about this lifetime to help her in any way?
She knows. She just has to trust the messages that we give her.
So sometimes we hear this quite often, which is that the person knows, but when you're in the human side, we tend to not know or we tend to doubt ourselves. So so it would be best if you can tell her so that she can hear it, and it's a lot more clear than trying to decipher the messages that we get. So is there anything specific that you think she needs to hear before we disconnect?
She's going down the right path as far as artistically. And just continue down. Do not get distracted. And keep listening. She's very good at listening to our messages. We give her clear messages
Okay.
going.
Okay. Beautiful. So, in closing, this is her first incarnation as a human.
No,
No?
she's been a human before. This is her first incarnation as a hybrid.
So she has been a human before. Okay.
A long time ago.
Okay. Was that back when can you give a time more or less of when that was?
1700s.
1700s?
Mm-hmm.
And where was this on Earth? What part of Earth?
Britain.
Was she a male or a female?
Female.
And she came here to do what? What did she do during that lifetime?
She didn't live very long. She only lived up until childhood. It was a quick life.
Oh, okay. All right. And what was the purpose of that lifetime?
She took her own life in the end. So to feel what that feels like emotionally was the purpose.
Okay. All right. So as a hybrid, does she have any connection back to that lifetime, or they don't intersect at all?
She does. She has a connection to all of her lifetimes.
Okay. So are there any past lifetimes that might be affecting her life today?
No,
All right. Well, I think we've received or gotten everything. Are you planning on still taking her for observation in the
yes,
future?
yes,
Okay. So this will keep happening until she dies?
probably.
Okay. And if she has a child, is the child considered a hybrid as well? Or
Yes,
it is?
yes. We will make sure of it.
Okay. All right. So does that mean her husband would have to also be a hybrid?
No,
It can be a human.
yes.
Okay. Okay. And do you have purview of what her future is going to be like? Do you have an idea what her future is going to be like, or are you just observing as it happens?
She has a path, and she's on the right one.
So you know the path, like you have like the little book that tells you, okay, she's supposed to go through this, 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 this.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not exact, but
Okay.
for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
we know.
Okay. All right. Well, I am very thankful for all the information that you have given her. And again, um, anything you do, if you could please make sure that her body doesn't get hurt. And it's greatly appreciated. And now I'm going to ask you to go ahead and recede to where you belong. And I thank you so very much for being here.